Would teachers benefit from the equivalent of an MOT, a personal check-up and tune-up, to make sure they're performing and looking at their best in the classroom? Motivation and creativity consultant Richard Gerver believes the answer is yes, but claims too many teachers won't risk examining or changing their ways.
The older we get, the more frightened we are of taking a risk or looking foolish in front of our peers or, God forbid, making a mistake.
In this series, Richard meets 3 teachers brave enough to open themselves up to scrutiny at Cheadle High School in the Staffordshire Moorlands. As professionals, they have nothing to prove, but can they still improve on how they perform and appear in class? Richard will tell them, and also enlist the help of other professionals with tune-up expertise. This programme set out to make a difference to Alexandra Edwards. We find out if she's willing to vary her way of teaching.
Your pace is really full on. That, I would say, is the danger for me.
And also change her choice of clothing, and perhaps wear something that isn't a trouser suit for the first time in her career.
I believe in wearing a suit to work, and part of that started because of teaching A-level at 21 and they were 18, 19. It made me feel older.
We'll see if she does make the change and get out of her trouser suit uniform. Alexandra qualified 6 years ago, realising a childhood ambition to become a science teacher. She's also ahead of year.
Which one of those are elements?
It's the time of year when revision is a priority for Year 11 classes.
Now we've done B to E, we should now be able to get A.
Richard watches the lesson and then delivers his honest assessment, which is that Alexandra may be in the wrong business.
It was one of the most fun revision sessions I've ever taken part in. It's like being involved in a game show and you're almost a game show host.
3, 2, 1, show me. You are all correct.
Here, for example, and you're getting them to respond to the questions. And again, the kids kind of entered into that in a real game show spirit.
We can do this one standing on our head now. Put your thumbs up if it's a mixture, put your thumbs down if it's not. A. Oh.
Alexandra doesn't notice, however, that some pupils aren't quite playing the game.
10 seconds.
In this test, each group has to decide whether a sequence of numbers should run from high to low or low to high. There is one way of making sure you're right.
You've got a group of kids in that class who are clearly very entrepreneurial because what they did was they wrote both sets of numbers on the back of their card. They flipped their cards over so that when you turned round, they got the right answer.
When I was walking around when they were allocating the number out, the young man in the middle said, "Yes, miss, we've got it sorted."
And they had.
They had.
When the kids push the boundaries, it's not always a
problem.
Exactly. And actually, sometimes it can add to the flow.
Mm-hmm.
But like all performers, whether in game shows or classrooms, timing is everything. And Richard feels Alexandra needs to do more to vary the tempo of the lesson and allow more breaks in her delivery.
4 plus BO2 gives CCO2 plus DH2.
At the moment, her pace is sometimes literally breathless.
Right, now we're on the most important part, which is our tips for success. So knowing what calcium carbonates or the names are, knowing that the idea that when you put something...
One of the things I noticed was your breathlessness.
Right.
And as a result, you're kind of clipping your sentences.
Right.
And because of the pace, I think some of what you were asking them to do was missed. That, I would say, is the danger for me.
Well done. But what I'd like you to do is, because all of us were a bit unsure, including me at that point, on viscosity...
The feeling is you're actually projecting from here. And start to just practice allowing yourself to kind of breathe in from here, from your diaphragm. It'll help you slow down because it's almost a more convoluted breathing process. But it'll also give you more control over your voice.
Richard also advises her to let the pupils themselves take some of the strain.
There are some real characters in that group, and there are some very confident young people there too. And what might be quite nice when you get the chance is to allow yourself to feel that actually you can take the foot off slightly and transfer the onus onto one or two of those children. And allow them, if you like, to take that energy forward, get them standing up and talking to the class or the group to actually allow you some time, because one of the things I think teachers feel, particularly passionate teachers, is that you are so determined to make the difference for your kids that you can actually bleed yourself dry.
So Alexandra is being asked to watch her pace, catch her breath and pitch her voice to bring greater variety to her lesson, otherwise known as the Miss Edwards Show. Now we give her the chance to really smarten up her act. Alexandra can choose one other professional to help her with her tune-up. The tune-up choice includes experts who can help with how she looks, the way she lives, or what she eats. She has no hesitation in deciding to seek the advice of a fashion guru and face up to the trouser suit challenge. Can she find an alternative to the authoritarian look?
The detail on that is gorgeous.
She meets up with Victoria McLenahan, a professional stylist and lecturer at Birmingham Institute of Art and Design.
That looks nice, definitely. Nice bit of statement jewellery.
They're given free rein in a high street store, leaving Richard to feel slightly out of his depth.
I like that colour. The colour does grab me. Blouse, it's either, to be honest.
As well.
Alexandra does seem determined to find a new casual style,
That's foul.
but not that casual.
I don't like it.
Even perhaps with a skirt, again, like a nice
Skirt,
navy.
yeah.
That's a really great print.
I like the colour of it.
Even for work as well, I think it'd be great.
She eventually chooses 3 combinations to try on. She's not sure which is the most appealing and practical.
How do you feel?
I don't like it. This would irritate me. I think I'd stand there twiddling with it while I was talking.
I think that colour looks amazing on you. It's got that nice formal element, but the colour really makes it pop, and big statement jewellery works really, really well. I mean, what about the skirt? I think it's a good length.
I think it's a good length. A bit unusual to wear a skirt, as I said before. But I don't mind it.
I think sometimes it's good to kind of take you out of your comfort zone a bit. You know, with skirts, perhaps you don't usually wear them, but it looks great on you.
But after careful deliberation, she rejects the skirt. It seems she still wants to wear the trousers in class. But she does swap the jacket for a blouse.
I love that print. It's really floaty, the texture's gorgeous. Teamed with that nice little necklace, it brings out the gold. How do you feel?
I really like it. It's less flowy than the other two.
Yeah.
I just feel a lot more comfortable in this outfit.
Yeah.
Richard's waiting is over at last.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I just want to say, if you don't mind me saying so, you look great, you look fantastic. Why did you choose that outfit?
I chose this outfit because I wanted something that I can easily put a lab coat over if I need to, so it doesn't get into the Bunsen burner flame. I'm also looking for something that I haven't got to worry about keeping up, pulling down, that kind of thing.
I think you have got a lot of practical considerations, but I think it's really good if you keep it fun and fresh, because you are only young, and like you say, you did try and dress quite formally, but I think now you've gotten to a stage within your career where you can start having a bit more fun and experimenting with different colours, different textures, and perhaps taking it slightly away from just the trouser suit and bring in some more like fun elements.
This is the first time Alexandra has set foot in the high school wearing something other than a trouser suit.
It does make me feel a bit different because it took me longer to get ready this morning, for a start, and things are a bit freer.
She's also softened her appearance by getting rid of the scraped back look of her hairstyle.
Normally, with a suit, the hair goes scraped up, it's all tied up. And this morning I did the same thing and then looked, it just didn't go, it looked harsh.
It's time now to find out whether her performance and presentation tune-up has any impact in the classroom.
Right.
And once again, it's time for the game show.
Stopwatch at the ready. 3, 2, 1, stop. In 30 seconds, the game's over and it stops, and you don't stand any chance of the prize.
I've got it.
But 8 minutes 14 is the best one to beat. Now listen, so there's no cheating going on just for the winners.
Alexandra is still occasionally breathless, but she's introducing greater variety and pace and allowing more pauses for thought.
OK.
With exams on their minds, will pupils notice any difference at all in their teacher?
Come on, fashion gurus, tell me what you think.
She looks less boring.
Yeah? What about our appearance today?
It's different unless she's had a new outfit.
Generally, she's more jolly.
What would you say was different?
Because she usually wears like a suit and tie. Now she's wearing something more like...
I'm getting awkward for.
More feminine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer it because it makes us not feel more like stiff in lessons and like makes the lesson seem better. Because you don't feel like it's pressured because you know she's relaxed about the teeth.
So the new look has won pupil approval.
Taking them
And there's something extra about their teacher they've all noticed.
She just seems a bit happier, I suppose.
A little bit more like happier and everything like that.
But now she seems like happy when she's teaching them, a bit more relaxed.
This blissful demeanour may be because during the course of our filming, she not only got tuned up, she got hitched up.
I've got married. So my name's changed also.
You're on 31.
Word has slowly spread round the school that Miss Edwards has become Mrs. Waters, but the news is still a bit of a shock for some.
Made any difference?
She got married.
Did you not know that?
No.
You didn't notice she got married?
No.
OK.
My bottom set year 11 were very excited and wrote on their book MISES, Mrs. H2O.
Oh, yeah.
Marriage may have put a spring in her step, but Alexandra assures us that there are other less dramatic ways of making a difference.
Can you sum up for me what you may take away from the experience?
I'm not sure that I'll change my outfits totally for work, but it did make me analyse why I wear what I wear for work, what the purpose behind that was. And as regards your advice about the lessons, I think the piece of advice that I'd definitely take away is allowing the students to control the pace of the lesson.
So what's a chemical name for it, though? Chemical name for an album? There you are, you see, sorted.
My feeling is that what we've seen today was how much more relaxed you seemed to be and how much you allowed your personality to flow so naturally through the lesson.
I did feel a little bit more relaxed, but I think the group were well involved in the activities and they were quite relaxed, which I think helped. Not quite sure how much it was to do with the clothes. The hair, I think, does have an impact, though. Just makes it a bit softer because walking around the corridors, it tended to be that, actually, that the kids have picked up on more, and that was just wearing the hair down and not up. But maybe it's the overall image, it's just the kids comment on one thing, don't they?
Yeah.
Finally, Alexandra has one other admission to make.
If I confess totally, I did go back and try the skirt on because I thought I may have been a little bit dismissive of it.
So Alexandra, even after second thoughts, won't get into a skirt.
I don't like it.
But the tune-up has persuaded her to shed her uniform and soften her image. And the breathless pace of her teaching
Knowing what calcium carbonates or the names are.
is also more relaxed. But we can't take the credit for any other transformation. If you're interested in tuning up your teaching, then why not download a set of Richard Gerver's helpful tips and ideas. They can be found on the webpage associated with this programme at the Teachers TV website.